Woody, is the transcript complete? You say no?
You know that. No.
You want them to stop?
I think they be trying to get my location. And I'm going to get their ass if they do get my location up.
The Young Thug YSL RICO trial is still on hold while the motion to recuse Judge Glanville gets handled. Woody's former attorney Kayla Bumpus and John Melnick did a live stream on Zoom that has some interesting moments. Yeah, Woody hops up on this live stream and hints that the transcript is altered, and she also says that they felt ambushed at some point. So hit subscribe, like the video, here we go.
Oh Lord, who says it's about to be ghetto? Y'all are so crazy. Let's have some positive vibes in the chat, please. Why did Melnick send a personal injury attorney to a criminal courtroom? Truth be told is, I was a criminal attorney for 5 years. But I'm gonna be honest, when we came from the meeting, if you have read or know anything about the transcript,
the judge thought she was the mole that leaked it to the defense, and there was that footage of them in the hallway talking. He was like insinuating it was her.
Meeting ended around 11 something, and courts 11:40ish, and court started immediately. So I immediately went into the courtroom, and I want to say that maybe 30 minutes into being in the courtroom, that we went on break. And when we went on break is when we hear about this infamous got you on camera video. So it's true, he does have me on camera, and I was talking to 4 attorneys, and that was just the beginning of them knowing what was really going on. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So we were meeting from 10:17 to 11:28, and I definitely immediately knew that was incorrect, and I was so scared, like, oh Lord, here we go. But I think once he released the transcript, that he did correct that, and he does say that we only met for about 17 minutes, which is more of the truth.
I can imagine how that would be scary. The judge saying you met with someone for over an hour when it was only 17 minutes.
Talk to you about, if anything, that Woody told me, because let's talk about attorney-client privilege. A lot of you guys have heard about attorney-client privilege the past couple of weeks if you've been following the case. Immediately when Attorney Steele exposes the meeting into open court and to the world, then Judge Glanville, he says, I have a pretty good idea who did it, and I'm sure she did it. When she did it, she violated attorney-client privilege. So we're gonna talk about that. I really cannot answer anything that Woody told me that is protected by privilege. Everybody put a green heart in the chat for Melnick.
Melnick's Woody's initial lawyer that went on vacation to Alaska.
Look at all the green hearts you're getting.
Great.
So Melnick, can you first tell everybody that you do not hate me?
Of course not. Absolutely not. You were doing me a huge favor.
Okay, everybody's been asking about stand-in attorneys, and a lot of people have been giving me pushback and saying that in the transcript that I did not stand up for Woody, and I did not say anything, and I let the state badger him.
That might have been me. I did say something like that by video. I just feel like in some parts she was kind of letting the state do majority of the talking and like handle everything in there when she could have, but I'm sure since she's a stand-in lawyer, she was a little scared.
And I have been telling them that I didn't have a duty to Simone or Adrian, and that I allowed them to do what they wanted to do. And off the record, I talked to our client, which would not be in the transcript.
Right.
But could you explain to them what a stand-in attorney is and what's the role of a stand-in attorney?
Well, essentially, you were filling my role in this case. I had represented Kenneth for a while. Surprisingly, was intending to call him as a witness without speaking with me beforehand. Notified them that Kenneth didn't want to testify. We had a hearing in front of Judge Glanville. Glanville said we were going to reconvene the hearing on Monday. Well, that Monday, June 10th, was not a good day for me because I had plans to go out of town. So I called you and I said, please help me out here. Just come to court. All Kenneth wants to do is take the 5th. Then all this happened.
Another thing people have been just bashing me about is, if Melnick was there, he would never let this meeting go on.
Well, and I mean, this is a first of its kind type of thing that I've ever seen. So I don't know that any lawyer has enough experience or knowledge or know-how to deal with these types of issues that you were presented with that day, something that I never would have anticipated. I certainly anticipated that the state was going to try to get Kenneth to testify, but I never would have anticipated that you would have been summoned into a courtroom in front of a judge with a court reporter and several deputies and both prosecuting attorneys, or all the prosecuting attorneys, and that this would have happened. I've never heard of it happening before, and neither has anybody else.
This is what we're gonna do, Melnick. You got 3 questions I'm gonna ask you, right? So okay. One, you can plead the 5th on one. You can get forced immunity on one, and the 3rd one you gotta answer, okay?
All right, let's go.
Everybody wants to know, did you file the bar complaint on Adrian?
No, I have not.
Everybody wants to know, did you really send Adrian an email that says F you?
So it's very misunderstood, okay? I didn't just say F you.
Bro was wildin'.
Here's the context. I had sent an email, and I'm not looking at the emails right now, so this is not verbatim. I sent an email saying, Kenneth has always said that he didn't want to testify. You knew this, and you've created this situation. Miss Love sent me a response saying, whose interests are you looking out for? Are you looking out for Kenneth's interests, or are you looking out for the interests of Mr. Steele's client and Mr. Shart's client?
Which is so up. Like literally making this shit up in her head just because she knows. I don't know what she knows. Like Miss Love is just making shit up in her head, and that's like a big accusation.
Which is an implication that I'm doing anything, that I'm trying to help out somebody else's client, that I don't have my own client's best interest at heart, which is essentially the worst thing you could ever accuse an attorney, a criminal defense attorney, of doing. So I wrote her back and I said, if that's what you think that I'm doing, if you think I'm doing anything other than protecting Kenneth Copeland, then you can go F yourself.
What a legend. That is so fucking good.
Those were my exact words. Maybe not the best choice of words I've ever used. Anyway, but I did send the infamous email.
What do you think is going to happen with this trial being on pause? Do you think that Judge Cross should recuse herself, or how do you feel about what's next?
I think the case should go to somebody outside of Fulton County, somebody who does not have an ongoing professional relationship with Judge Glanville and with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. I think they need to bring a judge in from outside the county.
Do you think that if this goes to the Fulton, if this trial were to go anywhere other than Fulton County, that these guys would get a fair trial?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I've seen several defense lawyers on Twitter that say it is literally impossible for these guys to have a fair trial.
That's a tough one. You mean Jeffrey Williams and everybody else? Would they get a fair trial if it were transferred out of Fulton County?
Yeah.
Whew. I'm trying to think of where, if there's ever been a change of venue out of Fulton County and where they've gone to. So if the case were to be transferred out of Fulton County, it would have to go to a county with comparable demographics. And one county that comes to mind that I think would have comparable demographics is Chatham County, which is Savannah. Would they get a fair trial in Savannah? I don't know. It's a really good question. It's really hard to say. I think they get a fair trial. Whether they get the outcome they want is a different story.
Why do you guys keep asking who snitched? I don't know. I was sitting in the courtroom. I was pulled into this. I left the judge's chambers at about 11:49 and came and sat down in the courtroom. Okay, we'll talk about the transcripts. Let's talk about the transcripts.
I mean, realistically, she's the only one that would tell defense lawyers.
Look who we got, y'all. It's Mr. Copeland.
Bro, this motherfucker could be an actor in like comedy movies. You already know it's gonna be interesting.
You just missed Melnick.
I'll watch it.
Oh, okay. Woody, is the transcript complete? You say no?
You know that.
Wait, hold on. If this trial somehow goes on, defense lawyers are gonna have a field day with all of this.
So guys, I just want to say that even though Woody fired me, as you all know, I still have to protect his interest, and I want to say we will not be talking about the case. He cannot answer anything. As you guys have seen over and over again, the state is watching. I'm sure they're on. Say hi to the state, everybody, because we know they're watching.
You know Miss Love on her laptop writing down notes right now.
I protect Woody. We don't want anything to come of this. But what questions do you have? Woody, did you fire me for real? Have they released you, or do you still have to go back?
They better release me.
Have they released you, or did they say they may call to ask you some more questions? No, nothing, huh? Do you have anything you want to say to everybody? No.
You all right?
I'm okay. All right, everybody say thank you for joining us to Woody.
Bro said nothing besides the transcript ain't full.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing on here, so.
Well, you're doing a good job. Everybody, drop a green heart for Woody. Let's see green hearts. Come on, let me get some green hearts.
Not no green heart. You know how these people play. Put a white
I
heart.
love green. That's my favorite color.
Scared of the green heart being connected to the gang because they've been saying slime colors are green.
I've been making.
Yeah, I love green too. But
Okay, let's drop pink hearts for Woody.
yeah, pink will do it.
Okay, let's do pink hearts. Come on, let's get some pink hearts, Woody.
Pink will do it.
Everything we do is, you know how they do it. You know what's going on.
Look, Woody. So, do you think that all these? How you feel about all these memes on the internet? Do you think they're funny?
No, these people see me out.
We lost them. Okay, what'd you say, Woody? Do you think these memes and all these things are funny? No.
No.
Do you like when people like keep trying to record you and walk up on you?
No.
You want them to stop?
I think they be trying to get my location, and I'm gonna get their ass if they do get my location up.
Well,
His own lawyer laughing at him like this in his face because he's just funny as hell. He's a character.
Woody gonna be Woody. So you don't ever sit back and look at some of these moments from court and just laugh? You gotta laugh because that's what. Hey,
I was too drained to look at them, but when I did look at them, I was like, wait the fuck.
And like I said, sometimes, me and Woody, we have conversations, but I'm going to be transparent. One day I text him, I say, a lot of people are laughing about this and they think it's funny, but this is really draining and this is our real lives. And so I want everybody to just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you see him. Don't walk up on him. Don't record him. He is still a person. And
I take a picture, but y'all got to understand, bro. Every smile ain't no friendly smile.
Right.
You feel me? Like, if you want to take a picture, I'll take a picture, but out there sneaking recording me, man, I'm very paranoid.
Oh, I'd be paranoid as hell too. Anyone that testifies in a case, like there's no evidence of anyone in YSL fucking up any witnesses or anything, but I'd still be paranoid if I was Woody for sure.
And I'm paranoid for our safety.
Well, also, let's talk about, well, we're gonna talk about some things. Do you got time to talk about some things in the transcript, Woody?
You trying to send me back to jail?
No, in the transcript, it's public record. Everybody has seen the transcript.
Yeah, but you know how they plan it.
I just want to talk about one thing. It's not about the facts of the case. I just want, everybody says that I did not help you in that room and I let them badger you and that I did not.
I feel like she's talking about what I said. Other people have probably said it, but I just feel like she could have helped him a little bit more. I said something so small in my video. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Protect you. Is that how you felt that day?
You want to prove yourself to people that don't care shit about you?
I'm just asking you, is that how you felt or do you feel like we were on the same team that day?
You know what's going on, right?
Yes.
You know how it played out, right?
Know how it played out.
So why it matter what the people think?
Just answering the questions for him. But you're right. So that's his answer.
Well, you answer the question for me. Tell him. You can speak for me on that. Tell him.
Well, the transcript speaks. It says, I don't trust anybody. I trust her.
Self-explanatory. You know me, man. They probably come kick my door in the morning. They try to get me.
Okay, Rudy, well, we won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for joining us. Everybody say thank you to Mr. Copeland.
All right, you take care. And hey, don't stop. Don't be trying to prove yourself to these people that don't care. You know how good you are. You feel me?
Thank you.
All right, you take care. For sure. How you get out?
Bro didn't know to get off.
There were multiple times when Mr. Copeland insinuates and directly says, I'm going to lie. I am a liar. And in order to protect my bar card, I told him, hey, just fire me so you can testify however you want to testify. And I can protect myself as well.
Oh, okay. So that was like Woody covering her back. Okay.
One of the things I think is so interesting about this trial is there's barely any coverage of the day-to-day details. Yeah, you can go to CUFBOYS and he sums up the whole day, everything that happens, and he does a great job. If you guys want to catch up from day one of this trial, CUFBOYS is the best channel to go and do that from because he condenses 8 hours down into 15 to 30 minutes.
Hey, I didn't know that happened. I'm rewatching this back. Thugger Daily is definitely the best Twitter in terms of just raw details. Like that guy is just another level than me, like way better. I just cover the video side of things, but
the news, the media, there's no mainstream media outlets that are covering the stories that are coming out of this case because it just goes on and on. There is no roadmap. There is no story. The jury can't know what's going on, even if they're trying to pay attention.
ADA Love says something
no
about...
one's gonna kill him, right? Hold on, let's go to that. I know where that is. That was wild. That really annoyed me.
And you know, I'm watching this from home and the first thing I do is I text Woody and I say, are you scared? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm like, are you watching this? When did anybody say anything about you being scared? And you know, this is prior to the transcript being released. So I'm on edge now. Like the whole time I'm wondering what's in this transcript, even though I know, you know, I don't put anything past anybody anymore. So I don't know if there's going to be things missing, added, or what these people are going to do.
bro, this is such a shit show. Woody has not been acting scared.
I believe the judge was just using that as an excuse to backtrack as to why he had a secret meeting in the first place.
So when people are like, how come you didn't stop this? How come you didn't? That's how I was. That's exactly how I was. Like, what's happening? And I both feel like we were both like
Ambushed.
ambushed.
She's saying it felt rushed into, and now she felt a little ambushed.
You know, and I say this with all good intentions. It was nobody's responsibility but the judge, but the court to stop it. It wasn't my responsibility. The state gonna do their job, and they just did their job. But it wasn't my responsibility to stop it. It was the judge's.
Yeah, this definitely makes the state and the judge look even worse, that they feel ambushed and they're hinting at the transcript being wrong. A lot of people in my comments were even saying this was clearly an altered transcript. And obviously someone that's not in Fulton County has to rule on this. I think that's common sense. Comment down below what you guys think is going to happen. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.